Hello, everyone, and welcome to my CMU wall schedule. So this CMU wall is for the Mayfair Elementary School. My name is Miralina Patino, and I'm a second-year student here at Fresno State, and I'm studying construction management. So first things to note, our notice to proceed is on 6/1/22, and we are given 60 calendar days to complete this project, which puts our projected end date to July 31st, 2022. So what we are set to construct is we're going to be constructing at Mayfair Elementary School. We're going to be constructing a 6-foot CMU wall with veneer, and then we're going to be adding a 2-foot valley gutter. Before we can do this, we have to remove some current fencing that's there on site, and then we could go ahead and get into our construction. So with our path, with our scheduling path, we do have a critical path, which is the CMU wall. So let me show you the schedule really quick. I'm gonna switch screens over here. Alrighty. So here's our schedule. We start out, our NTP here at 6/1. Here we have our permitting, our subcontracting, and a lot of our submittals that we need to get done pre-construction. So after, our list of submittals, we get right into our construction. So first thing we need to do is make the site ready. We're going to safe off any utilities in the area. So that will primarily be any underground utilities that we that we might run into after we call USA. So just to clarify, I think the majority of our issues in that area would probably just be irrigation for the sprinklers. So we just need to shut off the water to those sprinklers for while we're excavating. And then we need to demo and saw cut some pavement there right in that area. I can show you the area right after this. And then we're jumping right into our critical path. So first thing we're gonna do when we get on site is install job site fencing to ensure that we have a nice, safe, and controlled work environment. And then we're gonna install some job site signage to ensure that we are directing foot traffic properly. The good thing is that we're right backed up to canal, and we're right in the corner, so there shouldn't really be too much foot traffic there. We're also all the way in the back of the fields of the elementary school. So one, it's summertime, which is a great opportunity. There won't be a lot of children there or even traffic for school. And two, they won't be really having PE classes or sporting events out there. There is a baseball diamond right next to us, but that's typically a spring sport, so it should end, right before we start construction. First thing we're gonna do is prep for our foundations. We're gonna make sure we're all set to grade, start laying in our grade nails, and then finally we're gonna get into our foundation. So we're gonna actually start excavating, laying in our rebar for reinforcement to make a stronger, more secure wall. And then we're going to start pouring our concrete. And next we're going to get into our valley gutter. So we're going to do our valley gutter right when we're doing our continuous footing foundation, just to ensure that we're going from the bottom up. We're building everything up, so we don't have to complete, a lift of the wall and get back to the gutter. We're going to be putting in that 2-foot gutter right with our foundation. And then we can also, only need the concrete chunks to come in during that time. Next, we're going to jump right into our CMU wall. First thing we're going to do is construct a 4x6 section of the CMU wall as per the district asked, just to get their approval. After we get that, we'll go ahead and get into constructing the rest of the wall, which you can see here. And this is all a critical path. That's what this red line means, is our critical path. So that means we have 0 slack in between these dates, and we're just building, constructing, and trying to get this wall done on time. One more. It's not letting me pan over. Okay, there we go. So after we get our approval from the district, we're gonna go ahead and just construct the rest of our wall. When we're done, we have to wait for everything to cure on the wall. So we have to wait for our grout to cure. After that's cured, we can go ahead and start throwing on our veneer. We're going to be tacking on our veneer by using these little anchor hooks. And, using some extra, grout that they normally use with CMU. After that, we're going to remove all of our temporary fencing. We're going to repair any lawn or pavement and reconnect all irrigation lines that we might have disrupted during construction. Then we're going to, come back to the district and we're going to make sure that, the wall's looking great, the gutter's looking great, everything's draining properly. The wall is, looking square and finished up. All the veneer looks great. And then we're going to make sure that all the grass that we disturbed is, in its restoration process, that we have it either replanted, reseeded, or we have some sort of restoration process going there. After we complete our punch list, which is right here, after we inspected everything, make sure everything's looking great, we're going to go ahead and get into our commissioning and our closeout. So we're looking at a project complete date of 9/23, which is about 2 months after our required completion date, which will probably give us about, I think, about $25K in liquidated damages. A way to help prevent that is to, we're not going to experience too many rain days because we're going to be doing this during summer. So the only rain that we really got was towards, end of July. We got a few very light sprinkles, so we might even be able to continue construction throughout it. And we're not gonna, factor in that liquidated damages time just because that's, very little amount of rain. Biggest risk at this time would have to be, our material procurement, making sure we're getting in all of our wood and our steel on time, our steel to reinforce our CMU brick, and our wood to help frame in all of our footings and foundations. There are some parts of the our country that has concrete shortages. I know it's been more of in the Midwest, East Coast area, but we're also just preparing for that as well. Where we're going to be working on our construction site, we're going to be very close, if you look right here in this bottom left-hand picture, to overhead power lines. So we have to definitely be careful with that. If needed, we can implement a ground, protection system to ensure that the boom of our excavators are not, interfering or even entering the arc length of those overhead power lines. Project complete date 9/23, and liquidated damages, we're looking at 25K. Again, we're looking to cut that down if we can get, nice and quick approvals from, everybody, architecture, the district, and we can just, continue moving on with our project. We're hoping to eliminate, all of those rain days that we have and keep working through it. We're hoping for very light rain, so it won't really affect us too much. And if you have any more questions with our schedule or anything, please feel free to contact me. And thank you. Look forward to constructing this wall with you.